Alright, so in this video, I'm going to go over my Kentucky Lake Carolina Rig kit. Carolina Rig is, in my opinion, one of the best ways to catch summertime bass. As a lot of people say, it just straight up catches fish. Now, I like my Carolina Rig to be really noisy. I found that you can get a lot more bites. This is a 3/4 ounce brass bullet weight. And then you can get a little bag. I just made a bag of these. My glass beads and clankers. Alright. I'll set this up real quick for y'all. Okay. Now, that's my setup. Got my brass weight. Got a bead, a clanker, and another bead. Now, your other bead right here, you always really need to have a bead on the bottom because that'll protect your knot on your barrel swivel. These are Spro barrel swivels, power swivels. These are a little overkill. You can use smaller swivels, whatever you want to do. Now, I'm throwing this on 15-pound fluorocarbon. Okay. And my leader is going to be 14-pound monofilament. Now, the reason I do monofilament, it floats a lot better than fluorocarbon. So your bait will stay suspended in the air or in the water a little bit more, which can produce a little bite. So basically what this is, aka the old ball and chain, you can maintain bottom contact with your weight, still have your bait however far up. Normally I put about a 16-inch to 20-inch leader, one of the two. No more, no less. Sometimes I go to a 24, and sometimes I'll just do a 1 foot, but you really don't have to get that picky on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my leader cut up, and then I'll catch y'all back. So the best thing to do, if you're going to make a 16 to 20-inch leader, cut off about a 28-inch piece. That's a lot longer than 28. But what you will want to do is give yourself some extra line so that you can tie a good knot on your hook and on your swivel here. So basically the knot that I tie is a double uni knot. You can tie whatever kind of knot you want. I tie a double uni. I like a double uni. So, alright, so I want about that much line, right? I'm going to cut off my excess. Okay, now I like to use a very light hook. This is a 3/0 owner EWG hook, light EWG hook, right? And the reason I like to do that is because, like we talked about with the mono, it'll help your bait float a lot better in the air or in the water. I don't know why I keep saying in the air, but I have this rigged up just because I'm fishing really deep water. You know, like 16 to 30 foot of water, right? I have this on a 7/6 Castaway rod skeleton paired on a Daiwa SB 2020 SB as a 8:1 gear ratio. There's my pretty good size leader. I might even cut that down. a good chunk more. But I like a high gear ratio on all my bottom baits, jig, Texas rig, even topwater, because you got to be able to pick up that line, you got to be able to pick up that line very quickly to set the hook, or there is a good chance that you will lose that fish. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like Texas rig, jig, normally I'm going to use at least a 7-1-1. I know a person that uses a 10-1-1 for jigs, Texas rigs. Now, my top water, like buzzbait popper, stuff like that, I'm using right now, I think, a 7-5-1. And my other rod that I have my jig on, there we go, that's a lot better. I'm throwing a 8-1-1. This is a 8-1-1 also, I think. It's just a lot easier to do it that way. So here's the finished product. 15-pound fluorocarbon, 14-pound mono leader. There's my small hook. Bam. So basically the baits I'm going to throw on this rig, you can throw a bunch of different baits. I'm going to throw a lizard tomorrow, but if the fish are super finicky, I'll throw a finesse worm, or, you can basically throw whatever. I know a bunch of people throw craws, stuff like that, but for tomorrow, I got a drop shot Carolina rig. I'm about to throwing a hair jig, a couple crankbaits, topwater, just basic stuff, pretty much. And we're gonna try to catch some fish tomorrow. Also, I like to throw on a good old 6 cents divine crankbait swim jig for in the morning. Try to get on a shad and bluegill spawn, or we'll shad spawn on the docks. So we're just gonna see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.